All right, peace and love, everyone. Peace, love, and light. What a beautiful sun rising it is today. This is Rah Evette coming to you live. The spirit of Rah Evette is coming to you live. I'm actually supposed to be sleeping right now, but I cannot sleep. I had a wonderful time last night, and I have to be to work today, later on in the evening, and I couldn't rest. I feel like there's some things that I wanted to share. However, it's not in any sort of planned manner or any particular order. So I just want you to bear with me. I just want to share just a few little things, a few little tips, and some information based on my reading that I had. I did a tarot card reading, as well as I had my birth natal chart done, and a general reading basically. And this is my second time. This was my second time experiencing it. And so the first time it was kind of like on live with this young lady, that I felt, the spirit led me to. And she just kind of told me basically to like be steadfast in my journey, my process. She said that she could sense, or the ancestors was telling her that, everything that I'm doing and whatever I'm trying to manifest right now, that I will be able to execute it more thoroughly, and that I just needed to be stronger in my process and pay attention. And she was just like, I'm really basically just confirming what you already know. She was like, I'm hearing in my spirit that you already know these things. And so yeah, it was confirming, what I'm saying. It was definitely, something I can take as a reassurance. But it wasn't so detailed, and it was very quick. And, I shared her information on my page, and I still believe that she is a very wonderful lady and very in tune. Um, However, I was led to this other guy, and wow, y'all, when I tell you he was in depth with his readings. He do not charge any money up front. He goes into, like I said, this huge analysis. He gives you way more than enough details and information. He answers questions. It's not rushed. We were on live for almost 2 hours. We did a FaceTime video, or messenger one, and he elaborated. He asked me questions. He broke things down for me. He pointed out some very key details, things that are going to be like imperative, in my process, that I needed to know about myself, as far as a lot of us just look at, the month that we were born in and the day, and we just say, okay, hey, I'm a Libra, or I'm a Leo, or I'm a Taurus, or I'm a Capricorn, whatever the case may be. But there are so many other underlining things that also affect you, that also describes, your character, that also uh, points out, those hidden things about you. It points out those darker things about you. It points out, what I'm saying, what your powers and your strengths and your weaknesses may be, when your season is, what your lucky number may be. I'm just giving an example, so to speak. And like I said, it was very informative for me. I feel that he was definitely beyond in tune, and definitely tapped into, um, his his creation, his energy. He was definitely tapped into it and tuned in, and it was turned up. Like, it was so beautiful. It was almost like I had been waiting to speak with him, and um, he had been waiting for me as well, because when I tell y'all, the connection was so powerful. I can't even go into any more details on that. I won't spill the beans, but it was nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't get out the way. He was very professional, even though it's his passion and something that he has been doing, for a while. And I'm sure he meets many, many, many women, beautiful women as myself. But I can say that there was a very strong, powerful, well-balanced connection and vibe between him and I. And we were just bouncing like ideas and feeding off of each other. And he was giving me everything that I needed in that moment. And it has helped me so much right now in my process to clarify so many other things about why I've gone through things and why I'm still in a process of just learning how to balance, my energy. And so that was one of the things that I always speak on now, that I am aware that it is not just about being a woman or a man, and how we both possess the feminine and masculine divine energy, how it is our essence, in as a human being or in this physical form, that we perceive ourselves to be, regardless of a body part. A lot of people do not understand that masculine has nothing to do with being a man and that feminine has nothing to do with being a woman. However, those two, the two polarities do have some very significant differences, and we are able to execute them both. We are able to utilize them both. We're able to tap into them both. We're able to actually become aligned, in those two divine spirits or energies, however you want to put it. And we can go about our realities and the way we handle things and how we manifest things in this reality, and how we strategize and plan and do and make things happen and become and have everything that we want. And so I think that the great understanding that we need is, it is not about male or female. It is about feminine and masculine, and they both can go hand in hand. It's just about how we learn to balance them. And so some people, like I said, tend to lean more into feminine because 9 times out of 10 they are unaware, of what their feminine energy is and what it means and how it operates, how it gives you that intuition, that divine connection to your creation, how you are, very spiritual, how you don't consume yourself, or how you don't adhere to, societal things, rules, regulations, stereotypes, labels. You don't fit in a certain category. You kind of do things kind of unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? You kind of work off of your spirit. You don't need all of this planning to take place in order for you to execute, or in order for you to be able to make a decision to act upon something or to do something. You listen to that energy. You listen to that intuition, your higher self, the mother God, creation, the true spirit, the divine spirit. You use your divine wisdom, your divine intellect, your divine knowledge and understanding, and you act upon it. And it's not something that you have to think or that you have to plan. And so that is a beautiful thing to have, and to be balanced in it and to be able to actually utilize it is amazing. And I can say that I am very much so more in tune with my feminine energy than I am in tune with my masculine energy when it comes to this spirituality. I can lean a little more towards, the feminine energy, because for some reason that is something that's just been with me since I can remember in this form. Since I was 7, I've been working with that energy. and I was unaware of the energy and what it was, and why I was the way I was and the way I am now, and why I displayed certain characteristics. Even when it came to my emotions, it's not so much as me being super emotional. However, when I do fix my mind or my heart, or I set my eyes on something, if it's something that I want, whether it be a guy or whether it be, something that I want to do, as a goal in my personal journey, whatever the case may be, I kind of give a lot of passion. I exude a lot of care for it. You know what I'm saying? I kind of put my pride and my joy into people and things, that I want to pursue, and what I want to have for myself. If I want something, I can be very selfish, and I can be overboard and overbearing with my feelings and, my demands and my desires and what I want from whatever I'm doing. It could be accolades from a job or a degree, or it could be just appreciation, or just to know that somebody is thinking about me if I'm dealing with them, in a personal or romantic way. I want to be acknowledged, and I want to be treated a certain way. And so when I don't get that, I can sometimes go into these little rants and these raves, and I can become very vocal about it. Not only do I become vocal, I can actually I can make my energy to where it'll be so consuming until you probably wouldn't even be able to disagree with me or be around me. I would either push you further away, or I will probably have you more so, I guess, submitting to, what I want eventually, if you allow me to take over, that situation or whatever, or to really just go too far and just get off into, what I feel and what I want, and, why it should go my way. So anywho, I just wanted to share that with you. And also, I'll come back on here. I'm still going to do the feminine and masculine energy breakdown, where I'll go into way more details and kind of point out some more significant things about it, and ways that we can learn to balance the two, and how we can actually utilize it, and how it will serve us, in this reality. As well as how important it is when it comes to this awakening and this spirituality, and how we react to our process and our lessons, and the way that we level up and manifest things, etc. I'm going to give you some key details and some of my insight based on the experiences that I've had, the insight and intuition that I have, as well as a lot of research, that I've done by studying other people, whether it be videos, whether it be reading or looking up something online, or just conversing with others, over the phone and in person. I do have a lot of information that I want to share with you guys, so please do still bear with me. This is still the beginning of me hosting and doing this podcast, this station. So I do want you to stay tuned in. There's way more to come. Right now I am working, so my hands are really tied because I work late in the evening until early in the mornings, so to speak. And so normally I'm going to be resting, throughout the day. So that's why it's been kind of challenging for me to get on here and say a specific time, and to actually be consistent with that time frame as far as when I do the podcast. So I just ask that you go and follow my page, Rah Evette, R-A-H space Evette, E-V-E-T-T-E, R-A-H space E-V-E-T-T-E, which is my Facebook page, and I will post more details there as far as when I'll be going live, or I'll put recordings as far as my podcast is concerned, if it's not going to be live, but I'll share the details of when I'm doing it, or you just may see me post random podcasts that I just record as I'm doing right now. So anyway, until next time, you guys have a beautiful, prosperous, well-balanced day. Enjoy yourself, laugh, smile, make another person smile, and be grateful and give thanks for all that you're able to see and all that you are being, and trust your process and know